All right, everyone, welcome back to another deep dive.
And I'm excited to be here.
Now, today we're going to be looking at poetry,
Oh, very cool.
a collection called Thieves in the Night by Jaton Gunter.
I love that title.
I know, right? And this is one that you shared with us, so you're already interested in it, and we're going to dive in and see what we can find.
Awesome.
And, poetry, it's powerful stuff, right?
It really is.
I mean, it gives you a glimpse into the writer's mind,
Mm-hmm.
their experiences, how they see the world.
Totally. Yeah, and how they use language to make sense of it all. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's really cool. And this particular collection, Thieves in the Night, it's not just like, flowery verses or anything. Gunter, he tackles some really heavy topics,
Oh, like what?
like societal issues,
Okay.
racism, inequality, personal struggles with anger, finding that inner peace,
Right.
and even like the importance of Black art in history.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
It is.
It sounds like he's really grappling with some big questions, like identity, belonging, trying to find his place in a world that maybe doesn't always feel welcoming or fair.
Exactly. And he doesn't shy away from the emotions, like the rawness of it all.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I love about poetry. It's the raw honesty, the vulnerability.
Feel it, right?
Yeah, you feel like you're right there with the poet experiencing those emotions firsthand.
Absolutely. One of the poems that really grabbed me was Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Oh, interesting.
And there's this line that just stuck with me. He asks, is it better to sell your soul, to pay a toll for some temporarily played role?
Wow.
Yeah. And then he goes on to say, we are not the same. For words direct your path, and truth becomes the conductor on my journey.
Those lines are powerful.
Right.
It sounds like he's talking about the pressure to conform, to follow a path that's laid out for you, even if it means sacrificing who you really are.
Yeah.
And that metaphor of rolling dice with your life,
Yeah.
it really highlights the risk involved in trying to break free from expectations.
It's like he's saying, don't settle for a role that doesn't fit. Even if it seems like the easier path.
Right.
Listen to your own inner compass. Let your truth guide your journey.
That's such a great message.
And that theme of self-determination, of creating your own path, it seems to run throughout the whole collection.
I'm seeing that already.
And another poem that really resonated with me was Beatboxing with a Goddess.
What a title.
I know, and the imagery is just incredible. He talks about this woman whose hips held a scripture from the motherland.
Whoa.
I know, right? And each step sang sermons as she slipped through time and shook history's shackles from her spine.
That's so vivid.
It is.
It's not just a celebration of Black womanhood, though, right? It's a powerful statement about reclaiming history, heritage identity.
You're so right about that. Like, he uses the word scripture.
Exactly.
He's elevating her movements to like a sacred level.
You're right.
Suggesting that her very being is a testament to like the enduring spirit of her ancestors.
Powerful stuff.
And that image of shaking off history's shackles.
Oh, yeah.
So potent.
It speaks to the resilience, the strength of overcoming oppression and just like forging a new path.
It really does.
Right.
What about that image stood out to you the most?
For me, it's that connection between like physical movement,
Yeah.
the act of dancing with liberation.
Oh, interesting.
Like she's literally dancing her way to freedom,
Yeah.
expressing her power, reclaiming her agency with every step. It's a reminder that you can find freedom in unexpected places.
So we've got this theme of, defining your own path, breaking free from expectations.
Yeah.
And then he shifts gears a little bit with a poem called If I Build It, They Will Come.
Okay.
And here he focuses more on like the creative process, the act of building something meaningful,
Okay.
brick by brick.
I like that.
He says, I build my projects brick by brick, foregoing a clock's measure of time's progress, tick by tick.
That really speaks to me as an artist.
Yeah.
Like he's not worried about external measures of success or timelines.
Right.
It's all about that internal drive to create, to build something that's true to your vision.
And there are definitely echoes of that Papa was a Rolling Stone idea in there too.
Yo, absolutely.
Like both poems are about resisting those easy paths, staying true to yourself.
Yeah. It's like he's saying, don't let anyone tell you how to create, how to express yourself. Trust your instincts. Build something that's meaningful to you.
I love how we're seeing these connections between the poems.
Me too.
They're building upon each other, creating this larger conversation about identity, creativity, resilience.
It's like a tapestry.
It is. It really is.
It's fascinating how a collection of poems can work together like this.
Yeah.
It encourages us to look beyond the individual poems and see the bigger picture.
And, he doesn't shy away from tackling some hard truths about society either.
Like what?
In a poem called History, Trust Issues,
Oh, wow.
he talks about how we perceive or maybe misperceive the past. He says, "Shit is hard to see when you're staring straight ahead. It always seems to be spread along the side angles and living its best life in my sister's tangles before she learned about the hot comb."
Whoa, that's a powerful image.
Isn't it?
I mean, that's such a great metaphor for how easily we miss the complexities of history if we only focus on the dominant narrative.
Like we're not looking at those side angles where the
Yeah.
truth often lies
Yeah.
hidden in plain sight.
It's like he's saying, don't just accept the version of history you've been given.
Right.
Dig deeper, question assumptions, seek out the untold stories.
And that image of the hot comb,
Oh, yeah.
it's so striking.
Living its best life in my sister's tangles.
Before she learned about the hot comb.
It speaks to how societal pressures, like in this case, the pressure to conform to Eurocentric beauty standards,
Yeah.
they can be woven into our physical appearance.
It's insidious.
It is.
Like it shapes our identities from such a young age.
And it also points to the power of awareness, of recognizing those pressures and choosing to challenge them. Like
Yeah.
his sister learning about the hot comb could be seen as a metaphor for, awakening to the complexities of history and identity.
So we're seeing these themes of self-determination, artistic expression,
Right.
challenging historical narratives.
Yeah.
It's like he's weaving this tapestry of resistance,
Nullified.
urging us to question assumptions, embrace our individuality, and fight for a more just world.
It's a powerful message.
It is, and one that
Yeah.
resonates so strongly, in today's world.
Absolutely. And what's remarkable is that he does it all with such raw honesty and emotional depth.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the power of poetry to move us, challenge us, inspire us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's really amazing, as we go through these poems, I'm struck by just how vulnerable Gunter is.
You're right.
I mean, he's not afraid to show his anger, his frustration, even like those moments of doubt.
It's refreshing, right?
It is.
Like in a world where we're supposed to be, perfect and polished.
All the time.
Yeah. He's just like, here's my mess.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so authentic.
Yeah, you really connect with him on a deeper level.
Totally. He's not preaching. He's not lecturing. He's just sharing his truth.
And in doing so, he's kind of giving us permission to do the same.
Right. Like, it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay to be messy and imperfect,
Yeah, life is a journey, right?
with all its ups and downs.
And his poetry captures that beautifully.
Yeah.
He doesn't shy away from the complexities of life. He embraces them.
I'm also really drawn to his use of metaphor and imagery.
Ah, me too.
He takes these abstract ideas and emotions and makes them feel so real.
Yeah, so tangible.
Like you don't just read his words, you feel them.
It's like he's painting these vivid pictures with his language.
Right.
Drawing you into his world.
Like in Beatboxing with a Goddess, when he describes her movements,
Mhm.
it's like you can hear the rhythm.
Right, you feel that energy.
Or in Papa Was a Rolling Stone, when he compares societal pressures to rolling the dice with your life.
Right, such a powerful image.
It is.
Immediately conveys the weight of those expectations.
He cuts through all the noise and gets right to the heart of the matter.
I think he's a really keen observer of the world. He notices those little details, the nuances that others might miss.
And then he finds these amazing ways to express them.
Yeah, so that they resonate with us.
Another thing I noticed is how he explores Black art and history. He weaves those themes into his personal stories so seamlessly.
It's like he's reminding us that personal stories are always connected to those larger societal forces and historical narratives.
Yeah.
It's not just about him.
Right.
It's about giving voice to a collective experience
To a shared history.
that's often been silenced or marginalized.
He's not just reflecting on the past, though. He's reclaiming it,
reframing it.
presenting it in a new light,
It's a challenge to us
to confront those uncomfortable truths.
to re-examine our own understanding of history.
And I appreciate that he doesn't shy away from the complexities of Black identity.
That's important,
He doesn't present a monolithic view,
right? There's so much diversity within the Black community.
and he embraces that.
Yeah, his poetry pushes back against those stereotypes.
It shows us the richness and nuance of Black life.
Yeah, he celebrates Black joy, Black resilience, Black creativity, Black love.
It's really beautiful.
It's a reminder to all of us that we need to move beyond those simplistic understandings of race and identity
To listen to those marginalized voices.
and work towards a more just and equitable world for everyone.
His poetry is a powerful call to action.
It really is.
It's an invitation to engage with these complex issues.
To work towards a better future.
His words are meant to be felt,
To be pondered.
to be lived.
Yeah.
So as we're wrapping up our deep dive into Thieves in the Night,
Yeah.
I keep coming back to that title.
I know, me too.
Thieves in the Night.
It's so evocative.
It really is.
Like it stays with you.
It does. It makes you think.
And that's what Gunter does so well, right?
Yeah.
He gives you these ideas that just keep unfolding.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
Hmm.
You know, he gives us the pieces.
And we have to put them together.
What is being stolen? Who are the thieves?
Right. And there's no right answer.
No.
It's open to interpretation.
It could be personal, societal, historical.
Could be the forces that try to silence us,
or erase history.
steal our dreams.
Maybe the thieves are those doubts and fears we carry inside
Oh, yeah, the ones that hold us back.
from our passions.
It's a question worth thinking about.
It is.
What about you, listener?
Yeah, what's being stolen in your life?
What are those thieves?
You know, one of the biggest takeaways for me from this deep dive is just how important authenticity and vulnerability are.
Yeah.
Like Gunter, he's not afraid to share his struggles.
His doubts, his emotions.
And that's what makes his poetry so powerful.
so relatable.
He shows us that it's okay to be imperfect,
To embrace the messiness of life.
to not have all the answers.
And to keep searching.
Another takeaway for me is the power of art,
Oh, absolutely.
to connect us, to challenge us, to inspire us.
Gunter's poetry has done all of that for me.
For me too,
It's made me think differently about the world.
to see things from a new perspective.
To appreciate the resilience of the human spirit.
You know, art has this incredible ability to bridge divides.
To create empathy.
Yeah, to see the world through someone else's eyes.
And I think in today's world,
There, everything feels so divided.
that empathy is more important than ever.
Gunter's work reminds us of the power of storytelling
Of using your voice
to illuminate the human experience.
to make the world a more just and compassionate place.
It's been so great exploring Thieves in the Night with you.
It really has.
We hope this deep dive has given you some new insights
And inspired you to keep exploring Gunter's work.
and the world of poetry.
Because poetry is more than just beautiful words.
It's about ideas, emotions, perspectives,
It's about connecting with something bigger than ourselves.
and finding meaning in the world around us.
So keep exploring
Keep questioning.
and keep those suggestions coming.
We love diving deep with you.
Until next time.
Bye, everyone.